Thanks so much for tuning into the trade setup with me, Niraj Shah. Let's take stock of what the risk assets are likely to do today. So the US futures are flattish currently, no big shakes there. Asian markets, courtesy Korea inflation, I think have started off okay. Don't look at China, but Nikkei mildly positive, some of the others too. Pretty much in the green. I think it's a flattish implied open, very likely that we are likely to see. But remember, Asian Pacific markets mostly have risen after South Korea's inflation rate hit a 42-month low. In other news, oil prices have come off a little bit further on the prospect of higher OPEC plus supply. Brings the oil marketing companies in focus today. Volkswagen, who would have thought, is considering closing factories in Germany, of all places. It's a big corporate development from a world perspective. Keep this in mind. Amongst other news, Cathay Pacific has halted flights on Airbus jets over engine component failure. Well, we knew Boeing issues. Are there Airbus issues as well? What is this world coming to? Okay, the implied open, a flattish start, and none less expected. So let's move on to the trade setup. Keep in mind, I mean, this stat now is the 13th session. Could today be the 14th session? Let's wait and watch. But what's the trade setup for the day today? Well, you know, fund managers are now raising cash levels on incremental uptick. So even the most bullish voices are now starting to say that if the markets were to move higher, which a lot of people believe they would. In fact, I believe that the momentum is still not gone away. So we'll probably see higher levels ahead. But now people are saying that we are taking incremental cash levels and starting to book some bit of profits. So bear that in mind. I think one of the problems for the markets will be the banks. Investors largely are skipping private banks in their investments. In fact, the issues for banks, margin compression, sluggish credit growth, all of that is very likely to hurt sentiment, if not actual numbers, and therefore that may keep the bank Nifty as well subdued, viewers. So keep in mind, you may not want to trade the bank Nifty on the upside. The markets may stay steady, marginally higher. Individual pockets may do well, maybe not banks. So bear that in mind. Okay, what about stocks to watch? HAL, let's start off with this one. The cabinet, it's gotten the cabinet nod for a proposal to procure 240 aero engines for the Su-30 MKI aircraft. The total size of this is supposedly about 26,000 crores under the buy Indian category thing. Spread over multiple years, but there's a big shot in the arm for HAL. So watch out for this one. Defense has been very sluggish. This one could spur HAL today. Adani Green Energy, the stock was anyways up yesterday, but there is a JV agreement with ARA64L and Total Energies Renewables, wherein Total will invest an additional $444 million to form a 50-50 JV. The new JV will manage about 1,150 MWAC portfolio, including both operational and under construction solar assets. So watch out for Adani Green in the session today. MediAssist, Bessemer India likely to sell $64 million worth of stock at about 7% discount. Watch out for this one. Kaynes Technologies was very active yesterday, ended in the red, but the news came out post-market hours officially that the cabinet nod for a proposal of a new plant with a capacity of 6.3 million chips per day has been approved. The total cost of the project is 3,300 crores. Now, Morgan Stanley's laid out as to what this would mean for Kaynes. So they say the pending government approval had remained an area of investor concern. Now that the approval has come, that concern goes away. The OSAT venture may garner incremental revenue of 3,000 to 3,500 crores by FY30, nearly 1.25 times asset turnover. It receives positive indications, according to them. Kaynes has received positive indications from 4 large customers already, and collaboration with a couple of companies could actually enable 80% utilization in 5 years itself. Should see a shot in the arm, could react positively today. NMDC could react negatively. One, it's received a penalty order of 1620 crores for alleged transport of iron ore without transit pass. I reckon this could be debatable and maybe gets corrected, but the sales numbers are looking sluggish, as reported 10% decrease in total August production and 11% decrease in sales as well. So this is the problem for NMDC, very likely could correct in the session today. Vedanta has approved a third interim dividend of 20 rupees per share, could be construed positively, so do watch out for this one in the session today. There is Brigade Enterprises that I want to move to. Brigade Enterprises has approved a floor price of a QIP at 1164 per 7 rupees per share in an exchange filing, slightly lower than the current market price, but one more successful QIP done. Morgan Stanley's come out with a note on Gujarat Gas, yesterday's big winner. Now everybody was wondering why. Well, Morgan Stanley says that the merger of Gujarat Gas with GSPC implies a potential upside of 70% to earnings and 20% to NAV. They say the power assets could add a further re-rating, and they have raised the bull case. So the bull case has been raised, and the bull case target is 899. Not the base case, but the bull case target is 899. So watch out for Gujarat Gas. And HSBC's counted the note on rallies after the investor meet. Everything else notwithstanding, they have raised the target price to 251 from 210 on a higher P multiple. The problem is that the price is 347. So even if the target price has been raised to 250 because of all of these things, the current market price is way higher. Don't quite know if this brings about any reaction. So thanks for tuning into the trade setup. Have a great profitable day ahead.